The Malibu has discontinued the 2.0 turbo that has the 250 horsepower, and the premier trim is now the 2LT, which is what Morgan Chevy of Tampa has given us in Summit White with jet black interior. This year, only one power option. The last refresh was in 2019. We have the Redline Edition, which does make it look a little bit more athletic. Starting with the mirror caps, you get the Redline badging, the gloss black. All the Malibu badging will get the black and red aesthetics with the hash marks on these upgraded 19-inch gloss black alloy wheels. And because this is the 2LT LED headlamps and daytime runnings, the gloss black will also be implemented on the grille because of that Redline Edition. And I like how it goes into the headlight assembly because it gives a little bit of dynamics. 4.7 inches of clearance, which is not going to be the best. The Honda Accord will have over 5 inches of clearance, and the same thing with the Toyota Camry. And on the lower, all matte black. It's a wide fascia. The hood projects downwards, so the stance to it very similar to a CT5. Aerodynamic lines, you have them across the hood, and it brushes into another line that goes underneath the door handles, which is the same color as the body, and the same thing with the shark fin antenna. 194.2 inches of length, so it's not going to be a short vehicle. Not a fastback design like the new Honda Accord, but very similar to the Toyota Camry. Chrome going across all of the window treatments, and I like how they give the two colors for the badging when you get the Redline Edition, because again, you want this thing to stand out. Because the last refresh was in 2019. This makes it look more dynamic and athletic, even though we don't have that Turbo 4 2.0 with 250 horsepower. All trims will receive the 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder with 160 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, paired to a continuously variable automatic transmission, or a CVT. The good thing here is you're getting 27 Mpgs for the city and 35 Mpgs for the highway. So it does help with that, but it's not going to help with those 0 to 60s. It's going to be more towards the 7 seconds than the 5 seconds as the prior engine. LED tail lamps, matte black on the whole lower, no exhaust outlets to show. They're going to be tucked underneath. Reflectors are going to kind of mimic where the exhaust would be. The Malibu badging with the red and black, so it gives that nice contrast. So it's going to be very similar to the Honda Accord and the Toyota Camry. Non-power liftgate, it will be a quick release. To go inside, 15.7 cubic feet, and it goes all the way to the wheel wells. Underneath, we get a spare tire. And you can split fold the rear bench at a 60-40 split in the back, increasing the cargo to the Malibu, but this will not be the best in class. Honda Accord will be. It will be more than the Nissan Ultima. Let's go inside, start up this Turbo 4 so you can hear that exhaust note. Going inside the Malibu, it's a little low. 39.1 inches of headroom, 41.5 inches of legroom, jet black 10-way power seat adjustment for the driver with memory, 8-way power seat adjustment for the passenger, heated, ventilated, perforated. The sporty dashboard layout, it's more like a 3-tier, so 1, 2, 3 if you get what I mean. But soft materials right here and harder materials right here. The chrome is going to surround the air vents, and it makes a little design there for the passenger side, and on the driver side they do the same element, except they give you a touch of the matte black here that'll go into the door panel. Everything does connect, so you can see how the lines are. This has the upgraded 9-speaker Bose sound system, 8-inch touchscreen with navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, AM, FM streaming, Bluetooth audio, Wi-Fi hotspot, My Chevrolet. Put it into reverse. It obviously has a reverse camera with trajectory. Underneath, your dual climate control settings and all your button layouts for your ventilated and heated seats. You have a storage pocket right here. In the cup holders, we got the key fob, leather on the gear lever, Chevrolet badging, and you get this wood interior look with a storage pocket for a smaller cell phone, and it really kind of locks in there. It's more sporty, but it is soft. Open up inside and it's a deep storage pocket that goes into a leather wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel, heated, obviously multi-function, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. The gauge cluster has an array of information for the driver in the center. You just go through here so you can see all those little goodies. The door panel starts off with the memory seats for the driver. Hard materials here, soft, that wraps all the way into your elbows or your armrest. One touch up and down only for the driver window. Satin aluminum that goes around the wood look. Storage pocket, you have a bottle or beverage holder in the front and the Bose sound system underneath. For the back seats, 37.1 inches of headroom, 38.5 inches of legroom. The seat sets up higher than it does in the front. The door panel gets the same materials that are in the front, and that's surprising because of the price point that we're at. So hard materials here, this wraps around and goes into the elbow or your armrest. Storage pocket's a little bit small with a cup or bottle beverage holder right here. Storage behind both of the front seats. A USB-A home plug, if I can open it, and a 12-volt with your air vents in the center. Sitting into the center, headroom is no issue. I mean, I got a hand that can fit through. Leg space, the same thing. I'm almost grazing the back of the driver's seat in the position I'd be sitting. I will be sharing butt and shoulder space because the way the seats are designed. 160 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, CVT transmission, so this is what it's gonna sound like. Lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control does make it a little bit more optimal, but you will not get the rear cross traffic or your blind spot monitoring unless you option another package. So I kind of wish those were standard features. We do sit lower than the majority of the competition, and that's going to make a little bit more interior noise from the exterior, especially with these 19-inch wheels. Visibility purposes is good. The hood does just brush off, so I don't necessarily know where the front bumper is. I'm kind of guesstimating, and the dashboard makes it feel a lot longer than 200 inches. Here we go. Gets up to speed pretty good. I mean, you're going to be going with the flow of traffic. It's not going to be as dynamic as the prior engine, which is going to take me to some things I like and dislike, and we're going to start talking about what I like about the Malibu. The red line package is definitely something that I would entertain. It really gives this vehicle a little bit more sport cues, considering we haven't had a refresh since 2019. Show you a little bit of dynamics. Steering wheel has a little weight to it. Braking can stop on a dime if need be. Turn radius at a stop point is pretty long, but it's almost 200 inches. So 3 lanes. The next thing that I like about the vehicle is how wide it is in the interior for leg space. Going on a long journey, you can just relax your legs against the walls, and you have plenty of maneuverability to do so inside. The last thing has to go to the front fascia. I like the grille design and how it brushes into the headlamp assembly. Even though it's not something that they've done recently, it still looks athletic, in which makes this car stand out from the bunch. 3 things that I dislike: when you start the vehicle, you have to physically go into the navigation for it to populate. Otherwise, it just has all of the wedges or your quick icons to push. Kind of wish it would just go straight into the navigation. Taking me to the next thing that I dislike is the dashboard layout. It makes the vehicle feel a lot longer than it is because of how long and wide the dash is itself. And the last thing that I dislike, I know it's a CVT, we don't get any paddle shifters though to change the ratio. We have the buttons like a truck on the gear lever. It just takes away from that sport vibe when you're inside this vehicle, and you don't have that, considering they've already taken the 250 horsepower away from us. We have downgraded in power and performance, but we've upgraded in Mpgs. Going against the new Honda Accord, that one is a hybrid engine 2.0. It's going to have more horsepower than this, around the same speeds, more or less, 0 to 60. You're not looking to show that type of car off in the sense of speed. You're really buying it because of what it is. You got a Sportback design, fully refreshed. The suspension's been retuned. The seats are more comfortable. These seats are very comfortable too though. So putting it hand to hand, this is going to be less money than the Touring Hybrid, and you have all the same essentials as that trim. If you do not option the hybrid for the Honda, you go to the LX or the EX, night and day difference, turbo 4, 1.5 liter, CVT transmission. So it's going to be very similar to this, but that's at the same price as this. So that's what makes this a little bit more of a practical yet fun to drive vehicle too, because you still have a little bit of dynamics because of the way it looks. Speed wise, obviously no. Going into the Toyota Camry, it's going to be about the same. It's going to be more expensive, and you would want to option the V6 in order to really get that drive out of it. And me personally, like I've said in a lot of my reviews, I would go to the TRD, so that way it's a tuned suspension, lowered ride, you get the spoiler in the back and the front, you get the aero kit. Catback exhaust. Night and day difference, it's at a $40,000 price. This is under $30,000. So again, look at what you're getting. The Nissan Altima, they don't do a Maxima anymore, so you have to compare it to that. It's a little cramped in the interior. The VC Turbo though really makes it feel a lot more aggressive, and it has a lot more power. They now have a 12.3 touchscreen infotainment, and the grille has been redesigned. It's pretty much all they did. All these vehicles have LED headlights and daytime runnings and taillights, or at least you can option that. But this is still under $30,000. So look at all the package that you're getting when you're considering a vehicle of the size of this with cargo. So for a daily fit car, this does fit the budget, and it gives you that dynamic look on the exterior. At this price point, it's really hard to complain about performance numbers considering how much the auto industry has increased the price. I'd like to thank Morgan Chevrolet of Tampa for giving us this 2023 Chevrolet Malibu 2LT for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video on the subscribe button, check out the merchandise, website, Instagram, leave a comment and a like. After this red light, I'm going to show you what the performance numbers look like. Are you ready? Red light, green light, here we go. See you in the next video.